So, is an expensive office chair better than a $28 chair you can buy at Walmart? Today we're gonna find out. Stay tuned. To be perfectly honest with you, office chairs have never been a big deal for me. In fact, most of the time behind a computer I spend in my shop standing up. The only office chair I have out there is a bar stool. However, since starting this channel, I have spent a lot more time sitting down right here in front of this computer. Because once I'm done filming these videos, they're all edited on this same system because it's the fastest system I have. In that time, I have understood the importance of a nice office chair. When I'm making videos, I spend about 2 hours sitting here talking to you guys. And then after filming is done, I spend another 4 to 6 hours sitting right here in this chair editing these videos. So when you're sitting in the same spot for 8 hours, not counting breaks obviously, the quality of the chair you're sitting on can become quite important. I remodeled this room about 14 months ago. The first video I filmed on this set was in October of 2021. I had just repurposed an old office chair that I already had. It had stuffing coming out of it, and I'm pretty sure it was using black Gorilla Tape to hold it together. Many people noticed it in my first videos on this set and rightly made fun of it. So I went down to Walmart and I picked up the cheapest office chair they had. It cost $28. Now, a $28 office chair is exactly what it sounds like. The day I bought it, I had shopped around Staples and a couple other places and was blown away at how expensive office chairs were. $200 for a fake racing seat mounted to a base is not unusual. If it wasn't for that cheap $28 chair, I would have likely just continued to use the worn out one. In all reality, I probably would have been better off with the old worn out one. But the Walmart chair was essentially just a hard plastic bottom with a foam cover that goes over it. Yes, it looked a lot better than the worn out chair, but it wasn't comfortable. In fact, not even close. After only a couple of hours, your butt and back can definitely feel it. And after 8 hours, I'm typically pretty sore. This doesn't even count the time spent gaming. This is only the time I spend working on videos. When I'm gaming or working on benchmarks for upcoming videos, I can spend hours on end sitting at this desk. However, with all that said, I've never wanted to spend hundreds of dollars and sometimes more on a comfortable office chair. That's why today's video is only happening because of the company SIHOO, who sent me their M57 office chair for review. I hope I pronounced that right. So I just have to thank them for that because I think it's gonna make my life a lot better. At least it's gonna be a lot more comfortable. So let's go over some of the specs to this chair. Starting from the top, the SIHOO M57 has an adjustable headrest with almost 4 inches of height adjustment and 45 degrees of angle adjustment. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm not a big fan of headrests, and chances are the headrest is going away as soon as this video is done. I even remove the headrests in my cars when they're removable, and luckily they are on this chair as well. Moving down the back of the SIHOO M57, the back is made of a mesh material that's a lot more breathable than your typical fake leather chairs. This chair also has adjustable lumbar support, but as you can see in this B-roll, it's not the funnest to adjust. Adjusting it in and out is fine with the dial, but adjusting it up and down can be a little bit more difficult. But with that said though, the lumbar support is functional. However, I would recommend completely retracting the lumbar support before trying to adjust it up and down. The seat bottom itself is made out of the same mesh material as the back and is quite comfortable, especially compared to the hard plastic seat bottom of my $28 Walmart chair. The bottom is also quite wide, so if you're someone that doesn't fit in a lot of smaller chairs, this one should fit you just fine. Speaking of size, this is a pretty big chair. It definitely takes up a lot more space than my old chair did. Moving over to the side, you have adjustable armrests. These armrests adjust up and down almost 3 inches, as well as 36 degrees side to side. They also move forward and backwards about 2.5 inches or so. This chair rides on a pretty sturdy steel section made up of 5 legs with plastic casters. The documentation claims that the bottom frame is aluminum, but it's not. It's steel. I verified that with a magnet just to make sure. In fact, all of the metal on the chair is steel. The chair itself is held to the frame by a gas lift strut. The gas strut adjusts this chair's height by about 4 inches. The adjustment is controlled by a lever on the right-hand side of the chair, like most chairs have. However, unlike most chairs, the adjustment is made by turning the knob instead of pulling on the knob. This chair also has an adjustable recline that can be locked in 3 positions. In order to lock these positions, you pull the adjustment handle on the side horizontally in to lock and out to unlock. There's also an adjuster underneath the chair in the front to adjust the tension that it takes to recline the chair. Assembly wasn't too bad. Unless you get your chairs by hand-me-downs, like I have acquired pretty much every office chair I've ever owned, you're gonna have to put the chair together. This chair came decently packed with all of the hardware needed to put it together in a blister pack. It also came with a pair of white gloves, which I didn't use and look like you need really tiny hands to use them. The chair also came with some extra bolts and washers, which I always think is a great addition when you're purchasing furniture that needs to be put together. There's nothing worse than losing a bolt and having to waste time trying to find it. This chair even came with the tool necessary to assemble the entire chair. And it wasn't just a cheap Allen wrench that comes with most chairs, but a nice T-handle Allen wrench. The base of the chair comes with just a hub that you have to attach all of the chrome legs to. It also has a little chrome cover that goes over the hub to hide it. There's nothing that attaches this cover to the hub, only gravity. And when you flip the chair over, it does slide down the gas cylinder. However, how often are you flipping your chair over? If that tends to happen to you a lot, you might have other problems that I can't help you with. Like most chairs, the gas cylinder just pushes in place and is held together by a press fit. It's a pretty reliable design and it's typical on most chairs. The instructions come in many different languages and are not enormously helpful. However, it's not too complicated putting together a chair, so in reality, the instructions aren't really even necessary. In all, it took me about 20 minutes to put this whole chair together, and that included the time I spent shooting B-roll shots of different stages of the assembly. So, is the Shiho M57 worth $270? In fact, it's $290 if you want the black one like I have. It's the gray one that costs $270. I'm not sure why they have different prices based on color, but it is what it is. I can tell you right now that since using this chair, I have had a much better understanding of why you would want to spend more money on a nice chair. It really is comfortable, like a lot more comfortable. But I mean, I'm literally moving from a $28 office chair from Walmart to a chair that costs almost $300. In reality, a proper review would have me comparing this chair with other chairs in a similar price range. Unfortunately, I'm not buying other chairs that are similarly priced. For one, I don't have anywhere to store office chairs, and I really don't expect this video to get many views. So doing an office chair shootout might not be the best use of resources for my channel. So all I can tell you is that this chair is very comfortable, and the price is quite comparable compared to chairs in its category. It's not perfect, but my biggest gripes have to do with adjusting the chair itself. Like the lumbar support and the headrest height can be kind of difficult to adjust. But once you get them adjusted, in reality, you don't really need to mess with it anymore. Or you can be like me and just turn the lumbar support all the way back and take the headrest off. My only other real complaint is that the armrests are kind of hard. Considering though that my old chair didn't come with armrests at all, then I really can't complain that much. Going forward though, I think I'm going to put a little bit more importance in the chair that I'm spending so much time sitting in. It may not be as glorious as water cooling loops or GPUs, but considering how much time your body spends interacting with what you're sitting on, maybe spending a little bit more than $28 on your chair could make your life a lot better. But with all that said, this set has came a long way from what we started with. And now we have a pretty comfortable chair that we can add to everything else we've done in here. But if you don't remember or you weren't following my channel back before I was filming on this set, then check out this video that was one of the last videos I filmed in my dining room. It's actually a pretty helpful video, but you can see the difference between where we're filming now compared to where I was filming before. As always, you guys have a great day.